know, the best place on the internet to get these line moves, right at SBRodds.com. We're going to take a look at the city of Philadelphia, Teddy. We're in full-blown panic mode. We already had a bad NBA draft perceived, but also our baseball team struggling. But we're getting a little bit of love from the markets, Teddy. NOLA and the Phillies open up at minus 200. Now seeing minus 235s out there with a total of 8. NOLA versus Alcantara tonight.
Yeah, and the markets don't like Alcantara at all. You know, a 3.73 ERA, but his xFIP's over 5. Too many walks and not enough strikeouts. Nola's the opposite. You know, his ERA is a full run higher than his xFIP, even though his last 3 starts have been ugly, and Philly's just 1-2 in those ball games. The quotes from Philadelphia aren't like, yeah, let's bet on Nola right now. You know, Gabe Kapler, quote, he's just not throwing the ball where he wants to right now. The movement, deception, and life are still there, but he doesn't have his command. You know, Nola held right-handers to 207 batting average last year. Lefties, $187. This year, right-handers 257, lefties 292. He's not the same hurler, but the markets sure like him tonight because they don't like Alcantara's advanced metric numbers.
Let's go, Phil. Let's get a couple wins together over here. How about this, Teddy? We do like to joke around a lot here on That Betting Show. Higher price for Chris Sale tonight or an actual Picasso painting? That's right. The Red Sox favored as high as minus 350 earlier today. Sitting around that 300 level, 325, depending on where you're shopping around. Total of 8.5. Thornton versus Sale. Boys, the price right here, Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, and again, the markets are in love with Chris Sale. Why? He has a strikeout rate, nearly 13 strikeouts per 9 innings this season. That's going to attract a fair bit of betting market attention. Thornton, low ground ball rate, high walk rate. Markets hate that, but he did throw 6.2 innings of shutout ball against the Astros' potent lineup in his last start, and the Blue Jays won that game 12-0 as big underdogs.
How about this next one we're going to talk about, Teddy? The Tigers here with Boyd, who I always like to say, probably the only backable pitcher for me with the Detroit Tigers. He actually opened as high as plus 180 in this one, Teddy. Now sitting around plus 170. If we take a look on the mound tonight, it's going to be Boyd versus Bauer. 185 is the prevailing line here on SBRodds.com. A total of 7.5 tonight.
Yeah, and the markets, despite Bauer's pitched thrown 109-plus pitches in each of his last 6 starts. He threw a complete game shutout against the Tigers in his last outing. But his strikeout rate is down from where it's been in recent seasons, and his ground ball rate is down too, which means his xFIP, his adjusted fielding and independent pitching, is a full run higher than his ERA. And when you have a guy whose xFIP is a run higher than his ERA, the markets tend to go against him. Boyd has the advanced metric numbers that the wise guys are looking for. When you're talking about 11.3 strikeouts per 9, only 1.7 walks per 9. The strikeout to walk ratio has been tremendous, hence the betting market support for Detroit as an underdog and early betting action today at Cleveland.
Triple header today, Teddy, for That Betting Show's Watch What You Bet. 2 hot teams in the NL East collide in Washington tonight. The Nationals sitting at minus 145 with a total of 9. How about this one coming in, Teddy? We got Keuchel, that prize free agent that had to wait some time, goes down to the minor leagues. You know, a little bit hit or miss down in the minor league action with his rehab starts. He's getting called up to the Major League Baseball club tonight to start tonight. He's going to face Strasburg. If we take a look at the Braves, hot, coming in 44-31, 20-14 away on the season. The Nationals, fresh after dispatching of my Philadelphia Phillies, 36-38 on the season, 20-17 at home. Good one tonight here in the nation's capital.
Yeah, it should be. And the Nats have been really bad in game 1 of series. They finally got a series sweep against the Phillies. This team's playing good ball right now. You know, close out that series, Anthony Rendon, we definitely played a complete game tonight. You know, you have Strasburg going tonight for the Nats. Their lineup clicking. Strasburg, of course, had an ugly start last time out. At home against Arizona, gave up a career-high 4 homers in that ball games. But, he's been really good at bouncing back off a bad start. You look at him this season, the few bad starts he's had, he's come back with a vengeance next time out. He's owned Atlanta, against this Braves lineup. Back at the end of May, 7 innings, 2 runs, fanned a season-high 11 in that ball game. And Keuchel, first start back after obviously an extended layoff. Yeah, he was okay in AAA. He's a soft tosser, and that's going to work in AAA. That's going to work in the minors. I worry about him going against this Nationals lineup, particularly when you consider that current Nationals are hitting .357 against Keuchel in their respective careers, a decent 98 at-bat sample size. I worry about Atlanta in this ballgame. As hot as they've been, this not a spot where I'm looking to bet on the Braves. I'm not sure Keuchel is going to be all that they wanted.
Yeah, a couple of interesting dynamics there because you did bring up a good point because obviously the velocity is a little bit down for Keuchel, not that fast hurler, but also you talk about the batters that they faced him in the past having success. This entire lineup hits lefties pretty well for the Nationals. Two hot teams coming in at the plate. Should be a good one down there. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look and move it up a little bit north, Teddy. Astros looking to bounce back in the Bronx today. Yankees favored again today, minus 159, total of 9.5. Going to be Peacock versus Paxton. The arms race has begun. The team is getting healthy. We're even looking to get another player back tonight with Aaron Judge for the New York Yankees. That is bombs away lineup. We'll see. And it's interesting, Teddy, because how many times do we see the Astros, or plus 150, plus 145 range? Should be a good one tonight up there in the Bronx.
The Yankees were already scary. They went 37-17 with Aaron Judge on the DL. Okay? And that happened back in April. He said he's been pain-free for a while. He's supposed to come back today. Obviously, just 2 for 16 in 5 rehab games at AAA Scranton. But, we're talking about Giancarlo Stanton already back in the lineup after missing 2 months on the DL. You bring in Edwin Encarnacion, who, by the way, is a leading home run hitter in the American League. And then you look at the quote from Judge. When I get back on the field, I got to play. I'm not going to try to baby it or go at 80%. We're in the major leagues. I'm going to go at 100%. I'm going to play it at 100%. We're ready to go. It's not something I'm worried about happening again. We added an AL leading home run hitter in Encarnacion, which I'm excited about. This is going to be fun. Like I said before, this is Aaron Judge. I'm going to try to crack this lineup now and know where I'm going to fit in. We'll see. I mean, the Yankees have scored, 49 runs during their 6-game winning streak, 10 again yesterday. Houston's heading the wrong direction right now. They've lost 5 in a row. And Peacock hasn't been very good of late. His last start was that aforementioned. I talked about the Thornton winning that 12-0 game for Toronto as a big dog. Well, that was against Brad Peacock, and he does not have a good track record in previous outings against these New York Yankees.
Hey, we're taking a look at totals up there in the Bronx too, Ted. I mean, you have the perfect storm. You have the weather heating up. You have the smaller ballpark and an absolute lineup that matches. It almost one's beg say, you know what? Does it even matter how good the pitching is coming in? Because that three-run home run is right around the corner. Should be fun to watch the Yankees as they go. And how about the Dodgers, Teddy? 9 seems like the number. Another 9 spot by those Dodger bats last night. Almost wasn't enough with the late comeback by the San Francisco Giants. Even had a couple guys on base to take the lead and lined out the right field. So we get back into it tonight. The Rockies and the Dodgers. Dodgers favored minus 189, total of 7.5. Rockies on the season 40-34, 18-19 away. The Dodgers, Teddy, 51 wins to 25 losses, and an astounding 31-9 at home. Marquez Buehler tonight, good matchup.
Yeah, 31-9 at home. That's impressive. But from a pitching staff perspective, the Dodgers, they had a bullpen day scheduled yesterday, but it ended up being back-to-back bullpen days because Rich Hill had to leave on Wednesday after 1 innings. And Dodgers, they hung on for that 9-8 win last night. Of course, Buehler's capable of coming in and pitching a complete game shutout, which is something that he's done more than once. He has an excellent track record against the Rockies. He's in brilliant current form. And of course, the Dodgers are hitting. But it's not like the Rockies aren't hitting. I just talked about the Yankees going 37-17 without Aaron Judge. The Rockies open up the season 3-12. They're 37-22 since. They're in second place in the NL West. Yeah, the Dodgers have a 10-game lead, but Colorado is looking at this series as seriously as they possibly can. This is their chance to make ground against the division leader. And, of course, a 6 straight game. Oh, no, they had at least 12 hits in 6 straight games. It ended yesterday with a win at Arizona in 10 innings. They still scored 10 runs. Or 6 runs, I should say, in the 10-inning game. Ryan McMahon, after the contest, setting records like that is pretty impressive. I don't think we look at it like, oh, this is a crazy stretch we're on. I just think it's our team's potential. Fascinating game, and Marquez certainly a bet-on guy as well. But when you're, winning games at home at a 750 clip, it's hard for me to stand in front of you.
Yeah, and also hopefully they get Trevor Story back to help that potent offense keep it moving for the Colorado. But another good game there. Off the mic segment today, Teddy. What to do with those Tampa Bay Rays? I can't even believe Major League Baseball comes out yesterday and goes, you know what? I think this might work here. Why don't we split up, Teddy? We're not talking about like Minneapolis and St. Paul right next to each other. Why don't we just split the season between Tampa Bay and, Montreal? Let's get after it. When are we going to realize that baseball in Florida doesn't seem to be working out as well as Major League Baseball had planned? If you take a look at all the teams in Major League Baseball, Teddy, the two teams on the bottom of Forbes' list with worth, the Miami Marlins and the Tampa Bay Rays. Why don't we just admit what it was? It's not a failure, but there's more opportunistic abilities in other cities out there. Why not just let them go to a Montreal or even, Teddy, somewhere out west, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to throw two words out there. Las and Vegas. We got a football team. We got a hockey team. The basketball's not here yet. And frankly, I'm not baseball would draw in Vegas initially, just like it drew in Tampa initially. I don't know what it would do long term. But they're talking about imploding the Rio and building a baseball stadium. So it might happen whether MLB's coming or not. But obviously they wouldn't do that without at least some assurances that baseball would be on the horizon. The other city I hear is Portland, where they've been trying to attract a major league team for some years. But Montreal, baseball didn't work in Montreal the first time. It hasn't worked in Tampa. And they're talking about building new stadiums in both places to facilitate this. It's just talk. It's not going to happen, period. Vegas, that's where you should be betting.
Yeah, it's a pretty good negotiating play that they're using. But the one that really made me laugh, Teddy, is the one that we're trying to push it over the edge saying, well, it's so hot down in Florida. Hey, if we build a little bit cheaper of a stadium instead of putting a dome on it, then we can have, half the year down here and half the year in Montreal. It's unbelievable how much you just try to hold the taxpayers accountable when it's clear that Tampa Bay doesn't want to come out and support their teams. I'll tell you one thing that is clear, though, Teddy. That betting show gets the sport out here from the sportsbookreview.com community. Thank you for tuning in each and every day. Today, once again, June 21st, 2019, your one-stop shop for all your sports betting needs. Teddy and I get you out of here in under 20 minutes again. He's Teddy Swaranski. Give him a follow on Twitter at Teddy_covers. I'm Donnie Seymour, right side VP. We'll be back on Monday. Enjoy your weekend and cash those tickets, guys.